Who does tree work on a Sunday morning?
Whether you're cleaning up the yard or you're falling apart, you found the right place. Welcome into Coffee with Dubs. Grab a cup, buckle up, and let's have a little chat.
Today started a little slower than usual. My back is reminding me that I spent last night working in a different house than I'm used to. There was more lifting, more moving, more physical work than I normally do. Nothing catastrophic, nothing dramatic, just enough that when I got out of bed this morning, my body wanted to negotiate what my plans actually were going to be. The interesting part is that life rarely asks you whether we're comfortable before it continues moving forward. The bills still arrive, the responsibilities still exist, the work week still starts, the people counting on us still need us, and in the long scope of things, that's not a bad thing. If life only moved when we felt perfectly prepared, very little will get accomplished. And I think a lot of people believe perseverance is some grand heroic quality. They picture somebody climbing a mountain, running a marathon, or overcoming impossible odds. Those stories are inspiring, but most perseverance doesn't look like that. Most perseverance looks ordinary. It looks like showing up when you'd rather stay home, making a phone call you've been avoiding, and taking the next step when you don't feel particularly motivated, and continue moving forward when enthusiasm hasn't caught up with your responsibilities. That's the version that most of us experience, and I think that that version matters the most. And when I stop and think about where I learned that, I guess a lot goes back to my parents. They weren't perfect, and life certainly wasn't always easy, but they worked hard at what they built. They showed up, they handled responsibilities, and they kept moving forward when things got difficult. Looking back, I don't think that they sat me down and taught me perseverance through some grand speech. They taught it through example. They demonstrated what it looked like to keep going even when life got heavy. The deeper lesson, though, is that not everybody gets that example growing up. Some people are fortunate enough to have role models who show them resilience. Others have to figure it out on their own. And if that's your story, don't think you're disqualified from developing perseverance. It's not a trait reserved for perfect people in a perfect upbringing. It's a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger when it's practiced. Every difficult day you work through, every challenge you face, every responsibility you handle, without giving up, helps build that muscle. And the lesson I'm still learning myself is that this morning, I didn't wake up feeling unstoppable. I didn't wake up feeling overflowing with energy. What I did wake up with was another opportunity to move something forward. Maybe that's all perseverance really is. Not dominating the day, not conquering every obstacle, just refusing to stay parked in the same place. Progress has a funny way of accumulating. One step doesn't seem like much. A day is just a day, and one effort doesn't seem Herculean. But stack enough of them together, and suddenly you're standing somewhere you couldn't have imagined yourself 6 months earlier. Problem is that while we're taking those steps, it rarely feels significant. It just feels like work, feels like effort, feels like just another ordinary day. Then one morning you look back and realize those ordinary days quietly built an extraordinary amount of progress. And that's why I think it's important not to judge yourself too harshly on slow days. Not every day is meant to feel exciting. Not every day is meant to feel easy. Some days are simply meant to be carried, and carrying them, well, that's its own victory. So if you're feeling a little worn down today, a little discouraged, a little slower than you'd like to be, remember this. You don't have to sprint. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to feel inspired every minute. You just have to keep moving. Perseverance isn't about never feeling tired. It's about continuing forward even when you do. Sometimes that's more than enough, and sometimes you need coffee with Dubs. So come back tomorrow and I'll see you then.